What's up, everybody? Tom Pelissero here in Philadelphia. It is Sunday night. About now I expected to be watching the Vikings and Eagles playing. Instead, we're roughly 48 hours from kickoff. The game delayed until Tuesday. I'm at my second hotel. Woke up to a lovely phone call this morning from my airline saying that my flight was going to be delayed for a couple of days. So in the end, I'm not too put out about the game being delayed, because at least if I have to stay here in Philadelphia for an extra 48 hours, the game may as well be delayed along with me. A lot of back and forth today. The NFL vehemently defending their decision to delay the game. At the same time, Vikings players and a lot of members of the media criticizing the NFL for allowing a snowstorm to delay the game. Here's the thing. And here's the double standard that I think is upsetting a lot of people over at the Vikings hotel. You've got last week, the Vikings played a game at TCF Bank Stadium in which not only did players feel it was an unsafe environment, but also they played it in a snowstorm that significantly slowed down traffic around the Twin Cities. The Vikings can look at that and say, why was it so important to play that game, which players objected to playing on that surface, and also it was difficult for fans to get there, yet they're going to delay a game before snow even fell. The decision came down today to delay the Vikings game until Tuesday, while the first flurries were still falling. They started about 11 a.m. Eastern, and the decision came down about noon. Now, Philadelphia has been under a winter storm watch issued by the National Weather Service since this morning at about 7 a.m. That expires at 1 p.m. on Monday. The mayor also issued a snow emergency and urged people to stay off the roads. In the end, we've seen photos. I've posted some of them. Asad Shanko posted another one that was pretty compelling. The roads don't look terrible out there. The Vikings and everybody else in the city of Philadelphia really was operating under the assumption that they were going to get a foot of snow and that it was going to be extremely dangerous out. And for a while, it appeared to be going that direction. As of now, about a little after 8 p.m. Eastern, the snow's not coming down as hard anymore. It hasn't lived up to the expectations that they thought they were going to see. Where the NFL, I think, is running aground a little bit is in defending why they moved the game all the way till Tuesday. The winter storm watch expires again at 1 p.m. on Monday. Why could the game not have been played at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday? Well, the simple fact is it's ESPN, which has the exclusive rights to Monday Night Football and pays a lot of money for those rights, has the Saints-Falcons game. The NFL was not going to put another game up against it. And since NBC is also guaranteed a national broadcast of the Vikings and Eagles game, they couldn't do the same thing that Fox did with the Vikings-Detroit game a couple weeks ago, which is just put it on in the local markets and a few additional secondary markets. It had to be an all-or-nothing proposition. They weren't going to have two national games on the same time, at the same time. The NFL, in defending that and in claiming that that did not have bearing and that, in fact, it was about public safety concern, opens them up to two things, and that is, again, looking at the double standard. Why could last week's game have been played when there were storm conditions, and a lot of the games that are played under those same storm conditions, and why the NFL won't just admit that the national broadcast played into it. They're not going to stop getting heat from this. You're going to continue to read columns and stories criticizing the NFL. In the end, the NFL was operating under a very real premise, which is that there was a major snowstorm supposed to hit this area and did hit this area to an extent. It caused the National Weather Service and the city of Philadelphia to put out warnings that traffic or travel may be next to impossible. There's a lot of Eagles fans who come from the South, come from New Jersey, where there have apparently been over 100 accidents already on the turnpike coming up. There are safety concerns, but in failing to admit that the game was moved all the way to Tuesday and not just till Monday because of TV, the NFL, in fact, is opening itself up to be criticized for the entire thing. Back here with more from Philadelphia tomorrow and the next day. I don't go home until Wednesday morning now. This is the glorious life of a sports writer right here, staying in a hotel near the airport, waiting around for a game that doesn't occur for 2 days. I'm heading downstairs now. You can't imagine where. I'll see you.